Is the rear foot stepping jab dangerous? And the answer is maybe, if you don't have built-in defense. First, let's watch Winky Wright. He'll bring his rear foot forward while throwing a stepping jab. Now, two things to notice. He stays on that lead foot after throwing the jab, and since he stayed on that lead foot, he has a defense in place. Notice his rear hand is ready to catch. That's built-in defense. Next is Marco's Maidana. Note he has weight on his lead foot. He'll throw a jab towards Erik's guard while bringing his rear foot forward, staying on that lead foot. He'll do it again, but this time he'll push off his rear foot, lifting his lead, throwing a jab while dropping down. And that's the built-in defense. He's slipping outside any potential counters. Okay, now we have Jose Ramirez. He'll do that rear foot step right here, jab, and then drop in, slipping inside his opponent's jab for a hook to the body, then rear uppercut. And that's his built-in defense, slipping inside his opponent's counter. Then we have Sergey Kovalev. He has a similar setup. He'll bring his rear foot forward right here. That allows him to push off his rear foot, throwing a stepping jab. Next, he'll slip in, feinting that rear hand, transferring his weight to that lead foot, throw a leaping cross, then right cross. And so in this case, that feint slipping in was his built-in defense. Now here we have Pavlik on his lead foot. Watch as he brings his rear foot forward and he'll throw his stepping jab. Now notice he kept his weight on that lead foot and his rear hand's ready to catch. So he does have built-in defense. But fortunately, he has another one behind it. As Jermain Taylor looks to complete a rear hand pull counter, Kelly rolls to his rear foot using another layer of his built-in defense. Now we're going to watch Paul Williams and what happens if you don't have that built-in defense. But first, let's look at Sergio Martinez. Sergio is on the left side with his weight on his rear foot. Paul is going to bring his rear foot forward right here, and then he'll throw that stepping jab. Now, Sergio on the rear foot times Paul's jab by pushing off his rear foot, driving his weight to the right side, catching Paul with an overhand left. And here's another example of not having built-in defense. Notice as Froch brings his rear foot forward right here. He'll push off that rear foot, throwing his jab, and notice his rear foot is off the ground. And more importantly, look at his rear hand. He isn't in position to catch. And Jermain Taylor pulls, throwing a counter jab.